Hello, 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 and welcome back to Dream Queen by Perla. Yes, guys, I've been gone for a while, but I am back on track. Getting there, anyways. So, Aries, this is your reading for the next 3 to 4 weeks. Your song, and we're going very old school with these readings, is Give It to Her. Again, the link will be provided with the playlist from Spotify for this month's reading. So, okay, Aries, you you have been in a connection. Let's put it this way, or you've been talking to somebody, a situation, or whatever you want to call it. And there hasn't really been an actual either commitment or somebody has been falling short in their commitment, whether it's you or the other person. And there is a need here to go ahead and have that conversation. That conversation that so many people dread to have because of fear of being alone, because of fear of, needing to go their separate ways. Now, if this is not in regards to love for you specifically, Aries, then this can be whether it's work or just something. There's something that has come to a point where things have to change. There has to be change. And if there isn't, then it's almost like you're stuck repeating the same cycles. So it doesn't necessarily mean that a relationship needs to end. It's either the BS that has been going on in the relationship or the BS that has been going on at work or whatever that needs to end. There is how can you, there is conflict within a connection, within a relationship, whether it's love, work, etc., that needs to end. Whether it is that one person has to apologize, which I think is BS. I feel that both parties need to apologize because if it takes two people to make a relationship or a connection works, it takes two people to actually break it apart. So there are some faults that you yourself maybe are not ready to admit, and it's easier to go ahead and blame the other person or vice versa. The main thing with you guys is, again, for some of you, I get it if it's involving a third party situation, they were the one that did wrong or you were the one that did wrong, whoever was that stepped out of the relationship. It's not saying that it is your fault, but you either saw the red flags or this is a repetitive behavior of your partner and you chose to stay in the connection. So in part, you have to take responsibility for the fact that you chose to stay with somebody that has cheated on you before. And you knew that the stakes were higher, that the probability of this person doing it again was higher than if you were with somebody that you've never been with before. And that's what I'm going to say on that part. If you want to go ahead and get upset, that is up to you, but I'm just being honest. So again, there is an ending that is needed. There is something that has been dragged along for way too long. For some of you, if your partner hasn't been cheating, which is not the case for everybody, right? Not everybody cheats. Maybe there's just a miscommunication, right? Misunderstanding. Not really communicating, not really talking about what the problems are, or just kind of going through the surface or the motions of things. It's almost like you guys have landed in this stagnation where it has become more of the day-to-day routine and haven't really taken time for the relationship, for the connection itself. It's getting up, going to work, getting the kids ready, getting the dogs out, whatever it is, whatever your daily routine is, where you have kind of allowed the romance to kind of fizzle. If this is that, again, not in regards to love for you specifically, maybe your job has just become, you've become bored with work. You've become bored with the position that you're at. Maybe you're feeling like you're not being challenged or whatever it is. Well, basically, what is coming up is that you have the choice to change that, right? You have the choice to rekindle that romance with your partner. You have the choice to walk away. You have the choice to stay at work. You have the choice to look for another job. Now, looking for another job or looking for something that is going to satisfy you or that is going to spark that passion back into you does not necessarily mean that you're going tomorrow to work or on Monday and you quit. But it means in the sense of taking those steps towards what it is that you want, right? So you want something different, you want things to change, but you haven't taken those steps or you haven't taken any action towards what it is that you truly want. So that's really what you have to ask yourself at this moment, Aries. What is it that I want? What is it that I am unhappy with? What is it that I need, that I want to change? And what can I do? Because there are things that you cannot control, there are things that you cannot change, and you have to also accept that, release it, and let it go, because it is what it is. But what you do have control, which you have control of a lot, it's just you're not seeing it, you're not realizing it, because your energy is more focused on what you do not have control over. You do not have control over how someone is going to respond or react to whatever it is that you say. But you do have control over what it is that you say and how you say it. You understand what I mean? So it's those little things that are going to be kind of the main energy for you between the next 3 or 4 weeks, is learning what you have control over versus what you don't, and allowing yourself to be okay with letting go of what you cannot control. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on over to the card. See, what do we have for clarification for this reading for Aries? Clarifiers for Aries. Give me 3 cards, Spirit. So we already have 2. One more. If you hear any noise in the backgrounds, those are the kids. So we have the Prince of Wands, the 7 of Wands, and then we have the Prince of Swords in the reverse. So again, there is this energy that I'm picking up. It's almost like an energy of like almost being afraid of bringing something up, because you are afraid of how much things could change either between you and another person, or how things can change for you at work in general. Now, I'm going to pull out a card to see if this is in regards to love. What the advice is if it's in regards to love, Spirit. What is the advice if it's in regards to love? Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So again, it's more of like this kind of rekindling energy that your love, your relationship needs at the time. For all of those that it's not in regards to love, what is the advice, Spirit? There it is. So when this card usually comes up, we talk about somebody that is being stagnant, somebody that is choosing not to make a choice, somebody that is choosing to just kind of deal with things as they are. So what is the overall message or advice, Spirit, for Aries? What is the overall message or advice, Spirit, for Aries? Celestial Rose of Mauve. So when I look at this, for some reason, I'm very drawn, right, by especially the red. And it's almost like you've been hiding your passions, your desires. You've been hiding your feelings, your emotions when it comes to either work or a connection. It's almost like it's taboo. It's not something that we talk about. It's not something that we express. It's not something that we share, right, publicly, or we share with others. It's almost like you're being asked to take yourself out of that energy where you do not give yourself permission to actually speak. You do not give yourself the permission to actually say what's inside your heart, to actually say what's inside of you. And this could have been a learned pattern, either from past relationships, past connections at jobs, or whatever it is. Maybe something in the past didn't work out in your favor when you did speak up, etc. And it just kind of became a second nature to you. But you're being asked to allow yourself, give yourself that right, because it is yours, right? That right to stand up for what it is that you want, for what it is that you believe in. It's yours. And the time to play around and just kind of take whatever comes, it's over for you, Aries. It has to be. It has to be. You're feeling the pressure. You're feeling kind of like the energy from everywhere, that it is time. It is time to either have the conversation. It is time to either change jobs, start looking for another job. It is time for you to go ahead and do what you need to do. Okay, Aries? Well, guys, as always, thank you for all the love and support. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. If you would like to go ahead and see the daily messages, you can go ahead and follow me on social media. I am on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and Twitter. Those links are down below. As always, sending you guys lots of love. Bye-bye.